Hello everybody and welcome to expertcrypto.co.uk. My name's Brett Ellis and I'm going to be going through the predictions from last week into this week as well. On December the 6th, just to go back a little while, I called it when it was trading the Bitcoin dollar spread at 52,000. I called it down to 40,000, which is pretty much where the bearish drop ended. We're now in a period of consolidation, as I said last Saturday, and pretty much over last week, that's what we've seen. We haven't seen an awful lot of movement, and it's traded between a range roughly around 40,000 to 43,500. Okay, we're going to have a quick look at the charts. Now, I'm looking at the weekly Bitcoin dollar chart here, and it doesn't really tell us an awful lot, to be quite honest. If you look at the last two bars here, the red bar and the green bar, which is this week, which isn't very clear. Let me just spread that out a little bit. There we go, that's better. Okay, so this was a big bearish drop from the week commencing the 3rd of January. Now on here, it started on the Monday. I did the video, I think, on the Saturday, and it dropped from 48 down to roughly 42,000. And this is the week we're currently in here, the little green bar here. Okay. Now the interesting thing here, I don't know if you can see down the bottom, is the volume. Now, actually, you can't really see until I spread the chart out, but there was quite a big bit of selling pressure coming from the sellers in this week here. However, the long positions, the buyers, have made quite a strong comeback actually over last week. Now the selling pressure has stopped. Okay, so it's come right down. However, the buyers are now back into play, and as you can see, they have at one point pushed the market right up to one point around about 45,600. Okay, but like I say, the weekly chart doesn't really tell us a lot. I'm looking at this thinking, what's it telling me? It's not really telling me, it's not really giving me any kind of guidance as to what's going to happen over the next week. So I then switched to the 1 day chart, and suddenly things start to get a little bit more interesting. Okay, so today is the 15th, so 5 days ago, you can see there we've got a dragonfly doji here. Okay, so it's this one here in this red triangle, okay, where you can see it looks like a kind of crucifix or cross. Okay, now we have had a lot of selling pressure coming down. This here signifies pretty much a market bottom. Now this is only valid after a big drop or a big rise, because obviously you can get these dojis at the top of the market or at the bottom of the market. Okay, so that's a surefire signal here on a longer term bar on a daily chart that's a good position to buy in. Okay, and that's pretty much what happened. So we've had a lot of selling pressure here. The buyers have got in here. There was a lot of indecision, and then as you can see, the market has come up where my cursor is here. Now you might look at this and think, okay, look, there's a bearish engulfing pattern. Actually, it's not. A lot of traders, especially inexperienced ones, would look at this green and red bar here and say, look, the red bar has engulfed the green bar. That's a really bearish pattern. However, I'd say to you it's completely and utterly invalid, because it's not at the end of a big drop or a big rise. Okay, now we have had a drop. We've then got this pattern here, the doji, as I said. We've come up, and then we've got the sellers who have engulfed the buyers here. However, because it's not directly after a big drop, that's totally invalid. And as you can see, after this red bar here, there's not been an awful lot of action. Okay, so I then, even though it's telling us a little bit as to what's going to happen in the next week, I then go down to the 4 hour. And this is how I trade. You can see the chart and the timelines there. Now I would be a little bit worried, and I used to do this. I really wouldn't bother with any charts under 1 hour. Okay, I used to sit there and I'd go through, when I was trading down in the city, I'd look at the 5 minutes or 1 minute. I'd literally look at the tick by tick charts, which don't tell you anything at all. It's too minute. Okay, so really I'd start and kind of come in. I've looked at the 1 month this morning, didn't tell me an awful lot. The 1 week didn't tell me an awful lot. The 1 day is starting to give me some information. So I'm now going to go down to the 4-hour chart. Okay. So if I come into the 4-hour chart here, let me just make it a little bit more palatable because it's not too clear. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, now we're starting to get some information. Okay, and this is kind of telling me where the market is going to go this week. So this is using price action analysis or price action breakdown, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so as you can see, each of these bars is 4 hours. Okay, all the red ones obviously signify a drop, the green ones signify a rise over that 4-hour period. So we have dropped down. We've then reached this period of consolidation here, and this is really interesting, this yellow box. Okay, so basically what's really happened here, we've traded between the upper and the lower levels since let's have a look here, the 6th of January. So that's kind of, you know, 9 days ago. Okay, so it's come down, it's touched the bottom of the range here. 1, 2, 3 times here, but the interesting thing is it hasn't stuck around there. As soon as it's hit this bottom level here and the buyers have jumped in, it's kind of pinged away from this level. It hasn't spent a lot of time there. And you can see with that red bar there, yes, it has dropped down. It's probably shaken the tree, and it's caught a few people out, but it's dropped down, but immediately it's come back up. Okay, now the interesting thing to me here is this area here. Now it's come outside of the price action analysis box, and it's traded for quite a while outside the box here. And this tells me that there's more buying pressure than selling pressure, which actually goes against everything that we are kind of ever taught. You should trade the trend. The trend over the short period is actually down. However, this tells me that the buyers are waiting for a breakout, okay, because there's not a lot of selling pressure here. Okay, so it's traded above this upper level here, but then it stayed there for 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28 hours, okay, before it's traded back inside, very slowly back inside the box. Now it's come down to this blue line here. Now the blue line really is important, this one here where my cursor is. Okay, this is what we call the control line. Okay, so basically when we're in this kind of period of consolidation and we've got the upper and the lower levels, it's kind of like a magnet. It's like a price magnet. So price is deviating toward that line. It goes away from it, comes back, goes away, come back. Now you can see at the start of this period here, actually what's happened, it's kind of sticking to it like glue. Virtually every single bar has touched on this blue line here. Okay, then we see a little bit of movement. It's dropped down. The sellers have tried to come in. The buyers didn't like it. It's immediately come back up to the blue line here. Okay, but then here we see this big green bar. It's taken us right up to the top of where I've identified the top of the range here. Okay, this one. Okay, and then it's kind of started trading away very slowly. And like I say, it's actually stayed outside of the box I've drawn here for quite a while. It's then come back down, and pretty much, if you see this little bar here, it's pinged off the price control line and then gone away again. It's then tested it again. This red line here, it's come down. We've then got a kind of mini bullish engulfing pattern here, which has completely engulfed the red one here, and it's now trading around the top of the box here. Okay, now this is what I think is going to happen for the next week. Now, obviously, even though I've been right for quite a few weeks, there will come a point when I'm going to be wrong. Okay, so I'm hoping this won't be the week, because the information I've got in front of me is pretty much giving me quite a good story. Okay, what I think is going to happen, I'm hoping by tomorrow night, by Sunday night, if we trade down to around about 41,850, so we're currently trading 43,071. I can see a kind of just a gradual drop coming down to 41,850. Now, all this line does, it basically confirms what I saw on one of the other charts. Okay, I think it was the 1 day chart. Where is it? The one day chart here. Okay. So I've got this line in here. Okay, and basically, looking at the trend lines, I identified this figure here, 41,868. Okay, I then come into the 4-hour one, like I showed you, and I've put this blue line on, and it pretty much is to the point exactly the same, and that kind of confirms what I analysed on the longer term chart. Okay, so here's what my expectation would be. My expectation would be that hopefully by Sunday we're going to trade down to 41,868, and then I can see this not being broken. I can see the price control line not being broken. It might be touched upon, it might dip just below it, but I can't see it being broken for any length of time. Okay, I can then see the market trading between these two figures here, 41,868 up to around about 44,255. However, that said, this is building up now for an upside breakout. Okay, quite when that's going to happen, I don't know. But I think it could well happen this week. So I certainly would say over the next week, this is going to be the bottom around about this figure here where my cursor is. I can see it trading around these two figures here. Between where I'm moving the cursor. However, I think this here is telling us that we could see quite a large upside breakout. So basically, in effect, what I'm saying to do is to buy Bitcoin. Okay, buy the Bitcoin dollar spread. There will be an upside breakout at some time, possibly this week. I cannot see it dropping down below this level. If it did drop down, it certainly wouldn't go below this level here at 4,900, but I can't see it dropping down below the blue control line in the middle, which I think I've actually just taken off the chart. I need to get to know how to use this package a little bit better. Okay, hold on, I've moved it. Okay, it's up there. Yeah, that's where it should be there. Okay, so in summary, go long Bitcoin, against the dollar. There will be a breakout. You can see this convergence here. It now looks to me that we may move the control line. I'm going to have a look in the next few days. This control line could actually end up moving up here, and we could end up with a new kind of high and low level, even if we do stay in the convergence stage. Okay, so in summary, go long Bitcoin. Enjoy the week. Keep listening to the analysis. Sorry for my talking constantly for the last 13 minutes. I hope I haven't put you to sleep. And have a great week from expertcrypto.co.uk.